Some people believe that philosophy belongs in the heavens, far beyond the world in which we live. I think philosophy belongs in the city, where citizens gather. This idea of philosophy goes back to Socrates, who didn't just discuss, or certainly not give lectures with fellow philosophers. He wandered the streets of Athens, and he engaged in questioning and in dialogue with ordinary citizens whom he encountered. He went down to the port city of Piraeus and talked to the people who worked there. And his idea was that philosophy consists in dialogue, in arguing and reasoning together, beginning with questions, very concrete questions, that we all have opinions about. And that, in a way, is my model. It's the way I teach. It's the way I write about political philosophy, to use very concrete examples and dilemmas from our everyday lives to illustrate larger philosophical themes. When we launched this experiment, we filmed my Harvard Justice course, and we made it freely available on television and online around the world. We had no idea what would happen, and I was astonished that tens of millions of people around the world would be interested in watching lectures and reading a book about philosophy, after all. I've had the opportunity to engage in some experiments in large-scale public debates, including in Asia with audiences in some cases in the thousands, even in one case with 14,000 people in a stadium. And yet we were able to make it interactive. We had, I think, maybe a dozen cameras that captured not only the image of me on the stage, but the people on whom I called. And their images were shown on a video screen behind me. So there was a sense of intimacy when you can see who is making this argument or that argument, and you can respond. And so there was remarkable engagement, even in these large-scale formats, where people are invited to offer arguments, to respond to the objection, to raise objections to the arguments they've heard. I think partly it's that there is people want politics to be about big things, but so many in so many of our democratic societies, there's a kind of blockage, an emptiness in public discourse. And so people are searching, I think, for a richer kind of public discourse than the kind to which we're accustomed.